You just put glasses on. Hey, everybody! It's Plausible Deniability. You got something from the War Acres Library.
I did.
What did you get from the War Acres Library? What I couldn't read the writing on that.
I have the second edition of Clockwork, the second story to Clockwork Angels. This is called Clockwork Lives, and I'm really enjoying it. I've been doing some reading to kind of inspire some things for perhaps an upcoming campaign.
Yes. All right. Hey, it's Thursday night. Welcome to Plausible Deniability. I'm Michael Cross.
I'm Brooke Bullock.
Johnny Payne, and someone's got their YouTube channel turned up. I can hear it.
Wow.
It is not me because you couldn't.
It was me
anyway because my speakers.
It was me.
have had.
Oh, it was you. Okay. Whew.
Yeah, you look like you're like in the what is it? The Secret Service. Whereas I've got the earplug to say that I'm a Secret Service. What? Yes. Eagle has landed. Yes, Eagle has landed.
Meanwhile, I'm the guy that both the Secret Service guys are gonna be like keeping an eye on and possibly tackle to the ground.
Watch that guy. He is so suspicious.
I put the banana peel on the stairs. He still didn't fall. Please advise. Understood.
Yeah, this is what's like that's not what's obvious.
There was another instance of Biden almost falling up the stairs recently, getting on Air Force One.
And just to make the other side happy,
you're not officially president until you do.
That's right.
That's right. Standard. It's a thing.
You'd think they'd put an escalator on Air Force One. It's just
Secret Service needs to get their shit together and make it happen for every president.
Yeah.
Going forward.
We've all had those days, though. Yeah. We have all had those days, right?
Yeah. Just when we stumble up the stairs, there's not 100 cameras and live 24-hour news cycle.
I've never made a mistake.
I don't know, ladies and gentlemen, if he just did that on purpose or if it was just the universe, but that is how smooth Johnny Payne is, right?
You may never know, Brooke. Brooke, it's always a bit with me. Come on.
It's like it's wearing your sunglasses at night. So you can see the light that's right behind your eyes.
Yeah.
I'm
super impressed with the fashion. Johnny is killing it tonight. He wins the award. You got like an Academy thing going on later tonight, or what's the deal?
I'm waiting for I'm ready to host. They just gotta call me.
Yeah,
that's fantastic.
It's an honor to be nominated.
Yes. So what's going on? We've got a few, but who else on? We got anyone on yet? Let me switch this over to chat.
I also haven't even pulled up my YouTube yet to be able to chat with the people.
So we got Curtis Selby. Is that all we got? Curtis.
Save your enthusiasm in case someone's watching this after it's live.
Billions of people logging in.
Or no one knows we're here. That's it. We're just talking to nobody except for Curtis. We got Curtis here.
I like it.
Oh God, totally need to make shorts out of that one. Yeah, that would be work. So let's see. So I want to do trivia, but I don't know if we have enough people yet. So
yeah, we can wait for a moment if we need to.
So
I'll go Payne Ruffles.
Okay, very quickly. Have you watched Bad Batch?
I haven't watched the new.
No, have you watched Bad Batch at all?
Yeah.
You watched the first and second season?
Yeah.
Okay, so I started watching the third season. Oh my gosh, it is so good. Because
that's what I'm hearing. Yeah, because the second ended in a cliffhanger-ish kind of.
Yeah, it was. And also, what was funny was I thought the first season was great. The second season, I almost quit because the first half of it was so boring. It was all filler episodes. And
I agree. It was fun to watch.
Yeah.
The first season, I was every episode, every week, boom, boom, boom. And then second season, I was like, I'll watch 2 next week or something,
And they got about halfway through, and there's like all of a sudden it started getting good, and I'm like, "What? Did you guys only have half a season written and decide? Okay, I don't know. We'll have them go on 5 adventures before we actually start doing real stories." because
Yeah.
by the time it got to the second half of it, it was phenomenal, and we have just kicked same thing off third season. So very good so far. I'm really enjoying it. Sadly, it's going to be the last season, so I don't know.
I have a
But
question
you know,
for
go
you.
out big. So
Yeah.
I have a question for you, Mr. Michael. Have you gone and watched Madam Web?
No, no.
Okay, I don't know.
And here's why.
You love the
Here's why.
Marvels, so
Here's
I'm just
why.
curious if you watched Madam Web and love it.
First off,
It's
I
been
didn't
killing
even,
me.
I actually did not know what Madam Web was. Okay.
Okay.
Because it was I wasn't much into Marvel in the early
Yeah.
90s, I guess, when she came out.
I don't think Hollywood knows what Madam Web is either, from what I've heard. But
Right.
carry on.
Well, and so our Saturday night group, Derek Rusnick, who is one of our Patreons at Red Dirt D&D,
Awesome.
I play with him, and he said, I just went and watched Madam Web, and then exclaimed how horrible it absolutely is,
Oh no!
and how deserving it is of its like 10% rating on
Yeah.
Rotten Tomatoes.
I mean,
Oh,
even like
no.
legit critics are giving it a low rating, and they love everything.
Yeah, it is.
You know.
It is apparently horrid, and
Oh.
not even by like comic book movie standards horrid. It is just a horrid movie overall.
Yeah. So Madam Web in the comics is an elderly blind woman in a wheelchair,
Right.
and everyone's like, well,
it's some Spider-Verse type of thing. Yeah.
Everyone's like, well, the timeline of the movie, because in the movie Peter Parker's born, they don't say it's Peter Parker, but it's obvious that it is. So I'm like, okay, she's in her like late 20s in the movie, and by the time Peter Parker is Spider-Man, you know, a junior in high school, she's an old lady in a wheelchair. That still doesn't do the math on it right. So it's multiverse, and multiverse is where the burnout is coming from, because the minute it's like, wait a minute, this isn't anything like the story or the character. Oh, it's the multiverse version, and that's people are like, I'm getting tired of hearing that.
And
But
the problem is
they're not in costume unless it's a dream sequence, and it's just briefly.
Oh,
and I
did you
hear
see
a
it?
lot of the. I haven't. People I work with have seen it, and
Okay.
I've watched some of the reviews. So I've talked to the people I work with to like confirm some things. A lot of the action is exposition instead of like it showing you stuff. They're like, oh yeah, you're not going to believe this. This bad guy showed up and we fought, and they're just telling you about it. And also I've heard it's true from the reviews I've heard and from the people at work. It is a 90-minute Pepsi commercial.
oh my
No
There's
way.
Pepsi in the movie everywhere, so
It's-
much so that, spoiler alert, the bad guy is defeated by a giant Pepsi sign.
Oh my gosh! It's Sony. Sony is all about. Sony's all
Yeah.
about making money more than anything else. Now, because it's hard to really bash too much on Sony because of the Spider-Verse movies, which are incredible.
Amazing. Amazing.
But the problem is, all they have is Spider-Man and Spider-Man adjacent characters. That's all they
Right.
got. So that, you know, and they can't really do Spider-Man movies because Marvel is they said, okay, you can have Spider-Man, sure. So it's like, well, what else do we have? You got nothing. If you do not have Peter Parker, you know.
I was real like the trailers and stuff. I was really looking forward to seeing a fantastic movie.
Yeah, it's apparently
Madam
it's
Web.
horrid. It is not
Now,
good.
Speaking
and,
of trailers, what'd you think of Deadpool?
oh, that looks so good.
I love that they're using the TVA for the purpose of that. I mean, we're in the multiverse; it's going to happen. I love that they're using the TVA
Oh,
to
yeah.
pull Sony over into Marvel,
Yeah,
Sony into Disney, yeah,
yeah. No, he's not Sony. He's Fox.
or Fox. Sorry, yeah, Fox.
Because the thing is, you got to understand that Disney doesn't own Sony. That's why they had to make a deal to do Spider-Man.
Mhm.
Disney had constantly tried to say, Fox, will you please sell Marvel stuff back to us, please? You know, and then finally the mouse said, you know what? We'll just buy you. And so they did. They just bought Fox, so they could basically have all their characters back.
Yeah.
You know, including, of course, some other, you know, of course, that they have now the original 20th Century Fox. They have the original Star Wars. So I'd love to see a re-release of the original movies.
With
A New
Yub
Hope.
Nub?
without some of the special effects.
Without the George, I want to see Yub Nub.
Yeah, some
Song
of
is
the
End of
special effects.
Jedi.
There are
Yeah.
some good special effects in those 3 movies that were added in the. There, trust me, there were a lot of
There
good
are,
stuff.
but
Yes, the stuff that were obvious, the Jabba scene, those things are just stupid. But
have you seen the footage of what it was originally shot
Yes.
as? Jabba was just a guy.
Yeah.
Just a guy.
But
Yeah.
so those things were so stupid. But there were some things like the windows in Cloud City that were added
That was
in.
cool.
I mean,
Mhm.
there are a lot of special effects that we take for granted in the special editions that I'm glad are in there. Especially if you go back and look at the originals, the special effects aren't that good because they were just models and we didn't have good filming and So I'm glad
They took away the Ewok song though.
But yes, Yub Nub needs to come back. That song that was at Jabba's palace needs to come back.
Hot take. Old Vader, old Ghost Vader needs to come back, not young Hayden Vader. I know we love him.
Now wait a minute.
But
I don't. I of course I feel the same way. Until let me tell you something. I was watching those. My wife and I watched all the movies, and we watched them 1 through 6. And Kimberly had seen them before, but she hadn't seen this special edition when Hayden Christensen showed up. And when he showed up, my wife physically gasped and went,
really?
Oh my gosh. It was emotional for her. So
really?
Let me say it's for us it's like, bring back but for her it was an emotional moment. I got to say, for young people who don't know anyone but Hayden Christensen, especially you go, who is that old guy? When Hayden Christensen shows up, you know who it is. You know it's Anakin Skywalker. So I got to say I have mixed feelings about that one. But anyway, I think we've got Ruffles. We've got Curtis. We've got Hal. I think we're ready for trivia.
It's trivia! Dun, 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 dun.
By the way, if you guys want more trivia, Token Con, we are definitely doing trivia. And we're doing a little something else. We're going to talk about that a little bit later as well. But trivia, definitely Token Con, March 16th, 15th, 16th, 17th at the Reed Center in Midwest City. Come and see us. All right. Trivia, magic, and miscellany. Are you guys ready?
We're ready.
What type of weapon is Heart Cleaver, carried by the Demon Lord Baphomet? What type of weapon is Heart Cleaver, carried by the Demon Lord Baphomet? So you gets that one first. We do have Ruffles. Has anyone seen Andrew? Have we got Andrew in yet? Have we got Nightmare in yet? I don't know. We certainly don't have Kiri. Man, Kiri was killing it last time.
Oh wow. Yeah.
I know, coming out of the park, her, lovingly, her semi-newbie D&D brain been doing all that research, and she'd found some, and just happened to be Wizard Night. I mean, she was kicking it. It was awesome.
Oh, we've had some guesses, but no one yet. No one has it yet.
Hey, Ruffles and Falcor, speaking of weapons, I'm not going to say anything out loud, but we'll be discussing some things later.
There is no spoon.
Or
there
you
is.
can go with the tick and be like, spoon.
That was a great series.
Wasn't it though?
I loved it.
Friends and I, we still crack up at so many lines from that. Like gravity is a harsh mistress.
See,
Work with me, spine.
We need Andrew here because the ants. Should I give a hint? Should I go ahead and give a hint because we had so many guesses? It is Samantha Andrew plays Samantha in Red Dirt Outlaws. It is Samantha's weapon in Red Dirt Outlaws.
Dun dun dun.
So if we had Andrew here,
Or Outlaws viewers,
a ninja throwing star,
an axe, a mace, a morning star, a spoon, just kung fu.
or a star throwing ninjas.
Sounds like my favorite character's weapons. Whenever they try, you have to leave all your weapons here. There's an axe. There's a mace. There's a morning star. There's a spoon. There's a ninja throwing star.
You're gonna cut my hands off.
Because they're weapons.
lethal weapons. A stick.
Oh,
What if he has a
Nerds.
pointed stick?
It's a pointed stick in the chat. Good job, Hal. Oh, no, that was Curtis. Sorry.
Okay.
that was the answer.
Falcon, that right there. Ruffles got it. Just in time. A glaive.
Dun, dun,
Glaven.
dun.
Glaven.
A
Two
glaive.
All
To
right.
blade.
To glaive.
Thanks, Curtis. I needed that.
Have you guys watched that recently at all?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That movie is so timeless.
Still good. Still
it's like
good.
it's like you go, this was made in 1987. It's like, no way. It's almost 40 years old. Still one of the
Still
best movies
awesome.
of all time. It's okay. All right.
Still awesome.
Here we go.
I wanted to feel like you had a chance. We're doing fine.
All right. I want to be sportsmanlike. History. What popular doubled damage house rule did Gary Gygax condemn in 1978 as particularly offensive to the precepts of D&D? Oh my gosh. What popular double damage house rule did Gary Gygax condemn in 1978 as particularly, quote, particularly offensive to the precepts of D&D?
Well,
I'll tell you, young man, I find the whole thing offensive.
I'm
offended. I'm offended. How dare
Hal,
you?
that's what I think it might be, actually, but
I never. This is
Critical hits.
you. Well, okay. Okay, guys, I need a ruling. The answer.
Okay.
We've got an answer out there. So the answer is critical hits. Critical hits would not be a part of baseline D&D combat until 2nd edition in AD&D. So
Okay.
now Curtis actually answered first with rolling a 20. But should
that's
we
how you get double damage.
He gave a definition of critical hits.
Okay, so we're going with Curtis and not Falco. Ruffles.
We've done this
had
before,
Kirkland.
Michael. Let's do it again.
0.5?
Why not both?
Both. Why not both? Both of them get a point. Yeah.
Whoa!
There you go.
Welcome to the board. The fight is fresh.
Woo!
So, yes, it is critical hits, which of course I had forgot. See, I was confused about the double damage. I think we had that, but that was a house rule. It's not in the actual books of 1st edition, which of course
Which has a
we just
tangent.
called AD&D back then.
Yeah, which has a tangent. Where did it come from?
Second
Because
edition. They
well,
added
I
it-
remember, at least unless my memory is fuzzy, I remember doing it in 1st edition.
No, we did, but it was a house rule. It was typically but it was never actually in the rules.
But how did all those house rules filter? Was it
We gotta
just
think about
fun?
it.
And people were like, hey, in my game,
You know
and
what?
then it
I'll
goes.
bet you anything. It was probably a Dragon magazine article.
Well,
Ding,
you got to
ding,
think about it too. Back then, house rules was like one of 8 houses. I mean,
And
If
almost
you
all
really
house
think
rules
of
came out of
a lot.
almost all house rules came out of like Dragon magazine. You
It
know?
has to be from Dragon Magazine.
Yeah.
It has to
Why,
be from
why
that.
were we all doing that? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So,
I just want to point out real fast that Curtis said, please don't kick me out of the chat. I like the way he thinks. Let's give the point to Ruffles, and then Curtis's reward is he gets to stay in the chat. No, never mind. Let's give them both a point. Let's give them both a point.
Congratulations, Curtis! You get to stay. That is your
Anytime
reward.
you get to quote Highlander, you get an automatic pass, right? I mean,
Right.
you know, it's a kind of magic.
It's a kind of magic. All right. Monsters. What is the typical alignment of a deep gnome, a Sverfneblin? Which I just love the fact that I can say
I
Sverfneblin.
love Zerfneblin.
Sverfneblin are great because you know what I love about Sverfneblin? Oh, I might give that away if I don't. But we'll do it.
Yeah,
after the answer.
yeah.
So,
I love how evil they are. That's what I
What is
I love the
love-
goodness.
I love
what is
how
the
much
I'm not
they-
biased on either side.
What is the
It's just-
typical alignment of a deep gnome, a Sverfneblin?
It's like you said, Smurf Neblin that time.
the Smurf Neblin.
Smurf.
La,
La, la, la, la,
la,
la.
la, evil.
We've got alignment answers in the chat already.
We do. So far, no right answers.
No right
Well,
answers
don't
yet.
that yet, 'cause you start throwing out alignments.
Oh yeah, you only got
It's
9.
worse than what kind of dragons? Platinum,
You got
spade,
9.
diadem. See, I can't say anything yet, but
Johnny Payne does need to play a Swerve Neblin.
that would
I
be
do.
awesome.
Curtis? Yeah.
That would
No,
be
I do.
Oh my gosh. No. Curtis. Oh, you just got me. Okay, so
Yeah.
season 2.5, which will of course be season 4 for us. After we're done with season 3. Well, because we got the furries. We should do shorts
The littles.
the littles.
where we're all playing, halfling, gnome.
Surf Neblin!
Except for Kiri's character, who has to be like 10 feet tall.
Yes, giant.
Goliath. Kiri has to play
Goliath.
Goliath.
Kiri has to play
Goliath.
A Goliath female with a normal voice. That's highly intelligent.
With her normal Kiri voice, and she can just be instead of like, "Hey guys, I'm
Yeah.
a Goliath." She'd be, "Hi."
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to call
Yes,
it only
Jones.
because we've had so many and no right answers. So here we go. The actual correct answer, because otherwise people just keep throwing out. Neutral, good.
Neutral, good. Woohoo!
That's some old school alignment.
Now, here's the thing.
Because they're one of the few Underdark races. Yes, I'm sorry, Michael. You were going to say that. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
No, that's why I love them. Is because they're,
They're actually
it's
good.
that dwarvenness that just keeps them good.
Yeah, they are one of the few Underdark races that don't want to kill you. Everything else, don't go to the Underdark. Everything wants to kill you.
Yep.
Except for Swerve Neblin and Flumps. That's it.
I feel like there's a partnership there. Don't
Yeah.
you feel like the gnomes, the deep gnomes, and a second ago my brain said dwarf and I misspoke, but the deep gnomes and the fluffs,
And
like
you
they,
do.
you
You
know.
want it because the dark dwarves. What are they? This is the what's the name of the dark dwarves? Do you guys remember?
Durgar.
Durgar are evil. So you think of underground. You think of the elves, the dark elves, the dark dwarves, and you should think deep dwarves. Same thing. They've got to be evil. I'm hearing an echo, by the way. Is that you, Johnny?
Echo.
Your
Echo?
speaker going?
They had it up too loud.
Okay. So when you think of deep gnomes, you think, oh, they must be evil as well. And nope, they're actually quite good. They are very good. They saved Drizzt Do'Urden several times. All right.
It's pronounced Drizzt.
Yes. So. No, it's pronounced Drizzt.
So I said Drizzt.
Yes. No, Drizzt. All right.
Nicolaj.
Adventurers. The Lich. The Lich.
That's what's your Lich. Gotcha.
Number
Yes.
12. The Lich.
If the Lich had a kid, it would be the son of the Lich.
Number 12, the Lich. The Lich, and later, Demi-Lich. Asarak was the master of which dungeon? Come on, guys. Who gets it first?
Come on, guys.
Who gets it first? The Lich, and later, Demi-Lich. Asarak was the master of which dungeon?
You know my nickname for Asarak.
Can we say it on PG?
It's been past 3 minutes. We won't get in trouble because you can cuss after 3 minutes of being live.
No way, really?
Mm-hmm.
Well, shit.
I'm not gonna say what it is, but it rhymes with ass crack. Okay, that's what it is.
Look at that. Curtis Selby got a second one.
Look at that. Look at that.
Dun-dun-dun-dun.
Tomb of Horror.
Curtis doesn't even play Dungeons and Dragons. I don't know how he's doing this. Amazing.
S. Jones, very, very close. Very close, but just a little bit late. But that's okay. We're going to go on. Here we go. This is characters. In Faerun, what wizard founded the Zentarum and also long-reigned as High Lord of Zentil Keep? In Faerun, what wizard founded the Zentarum and also long-reigned as High Lord of Zentil Keep?
Obviously, the answer is Zendaya. Obviously.
I thought the answer was the Grand Wizard Sword Coast.
Yes. The wizards of the coast. Yes.
So everything is Sword Coast.
Boom.
Sorry, Michael. I had to poke fun.
And it was not Elminster. He is actually an opponent, Curtis. He is an opponent of a longtime opponent of Elminster. They clashed many times. So,
Steve, the wizard schoolyard bully.
what was that? That Jumanji space
Zathura.
Zathura. Yeah, that's not the answer. I saw Zastam.
You know
That's a
what else
good
is
one.
not the one? Zathras, not the one, Michael. Zathras, not the one.
No.
Zonimus.
Zonimus.
Zonimus. Wait a minute.
I love it. Zonimus
Dun, dun, dun,
created the Zentara. Harry Potter.
All these Z names make me think of the fortune teller robot. You know, that gets the card and puts
Yes,
it. Yeah,
in big.
Yeah,
In big.
like in
is-
big. Yes, thank you. Yeah.
What?
Is it Zoltan? Zoltan.
Okay, trivia.
Zoroaster. Also sprung
The Zoroastrians, they were into a lot of
That's right.
stuff.
Morgan Friedman. I love this. So, it looks like no one's going to get this. If Kiri was here, I have a feeling she'd get it. I don't know why. The actual answer is Manchun.
Dun dun dun.
Manchun. Oh, look,
It's a
Andrew comes
made-up
in with
name.
so
Hey.
Andrew's here, so you can get this last one. So we are in
Oh, Andy Sheffy.
cosmology, and yet it's the Forgotten Realms. In the Forgotten Realms,
Sword Coast.
Waterdeep, the symbols of the deities Timora and Joaquin are both what kind of objects? In the Forgotten Realms, the symbols of the deities Timora and Joaquin Phoenix are.
I just want to think of lip scar. It's a lip scar.
Are both what kind of objects? Ah. There we go.
I'm going to go with Glaive.
Glaven. A lady.
Get it?
Let's see. So far we have animals, planets, scales, dice, comets, orbs, asteroids. Excuse me. Androids. That'd be funny. Stars, moons, clovers.
Diamonds.
Diamonds.
You guys are getting ahead of us. We're not talking
Horseshoes.
about that for a couple more minutes.
That's right. All right.
Spoon.
Spoon. There it is. Andrew. Got it. Coins.
Ah.
Andrew got on the board with coins. Timora's symbol is a silver coin bearing her face. Joaquin's is a gold coin bearing her face. So there you go.
Weakness.
All right. So this Sunday, because I got to get this out of here right now. This like 3 days away. 72 hours, folks. Less than 72 hours. We're going to be live at the Blue Note. Spoon at the Blue Note.
That's awesome.
Come join us. If you're in Central Oklahoma, you don't want to miss this. And I'm telling you, you do not want to miss this. And I also got to say, tomorrow, I believe, like tomorrow afternoon, like 3 or so, is the cutoff date to like reserve and get food and all that kind of stuff, because they have to have a cutoff date so they can make the food, right? So I believe that is tomorrow afternoon. So you have to do it. Like if you're thinking about it coming, do it now. And we've got so many great people coming. We've heard about so many people who are coming. It's going to be fantastic. What's going to happen, Johnny? What can people expect? Don't give away anything. Just kind of give people an idea.
Hijinks. Shenanigans. Honestly, here's what people can expect. A little bit, if you've been before, you can expect a little bit of Bruncheons and Dragons 1.
Yeah.
And a little bit of Bruncheons and Dragons 2.
What?
Yep. True story.
Oh my gosh. 1 + 2 = 3.
Thanks for coming, everybody. Been a good show.
That's how Mark does it. He's a genius.
Yep. So you're going to have us, your cast, along with Connor and Kiri up on stage and playing D&D, being led by the great Dungeon Master, Mark Ruffles and Falcor. And the audience, you're not just going to sit there and watch.
Nope.
You're playing also.
You are.
You know what? In fact, I think this is something that we're missing. It is not a requirement, but hey, audience, dress up.
Yeah.
That's a
y'all
great
come.
idea.
Yeah, please come.
Definitely
dressed
bring
up.
your dice because you're going to need dice.
Yes.
Definitely bring your dice. But some of us are going to dress up a little bit, maybe.
Mhm.
Dress up too. Why not? It's fun.
Yeah,
Yeah.
blast. So it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun. Come and join us. Yeah, it starts at noon. Blue Note on 23rd and Robinson. Go online. Go to Blue Note. Okay, OKCBlueNote.com, KOSU.com. No, KOSU.org. There's information there to find out what you need to find. Thanks to OKC Toast and Coffee OKC for providing the food. It's a blast. It's a blast, and it's becoming a phenomenon. The first one already had a packed house. The second one, sadly, it was like 30 degrees outside. But
And sleeting, but the crowd was awesome.
we still had a packed house. It was not quite as packed, but it's still, all of the tables were there. I mean, we had people. So even on a bad day, we are showing that we're going to do this. So do that. Come to Token Con. We're also going to do some stuff at Token Con. Kind of the same thing, a little bit different. So come to Token Con. We're going to be doing some trivia. We're going to do all this stuff. It's going to be a blast. It is going to be an absolute blast. We're already looking forward to 2024. It's D&D's 50th birthday. It's 5E's 10th birthday. Let's not celebrate. It's our 4th birthday.
Yeah.
Brooke will be there. I'm celebrating just for that.
Likewise. I gotta admit, there's just something about that artwork and the poster and the cloak. I just can't wait to see it, Johnny Payne. I just cannot wait to see it. It's gonna be awesome.
It's gonna be awesome. I'm super looking forward to it.
Also, if you've been following us in the Discord, if you're a Patreon member and have access to the Discord or the occasional Facebook post, you do not want to miss 1980s wrestler Michael the Macho Man Cross, because I've seen some teasers and it looks like it's going to be phenomenal.
It's gonna be
Slim
fun.
Jims might be involved.
It's going to be fun. It's going to be fun. We're looking forward. And by the way, if you're not on our Patreon, if you're not on our Discord, Brooke, how can people get on our Discord?
All they got to do is go to patreon.com and search for Red Dirt D&D. You'll find us there, and you can join for as little as $5 a month, and then you'll get access to the Discord server, the show early, other tricks and trinkets and things that are coming. And, of course, if you want to do some more levels in that, we got free t-shirts coming out, free minis at different levels. So join us just for $5. You get to, in the Discord, you can roll. If you've been listening to the original show, then you have heard the heroes and inspiration points being given. That comes from our patrons, and they can do that once a month. It's
That's
so
a lot
much
of fun. Yeah, they're actually recording themselves rolling a d20,
Yeah.
and then they're assigning it to one of us, and then telling us what it's for. This is for an attack.
Yeah.
This is for a save. It's for you or the bad guy or what have you. Yeah, it's a lot of fun. I like it.
So we talked a little bit about 2024, and we've got a bunch of movies coming out this year. Of course we do. Every year. There's always movies, always things to look forward to.
Woohoo!
I just want to talk about one weird little thing that the stars have aligned. Once again, this happens every now and then. And almost all movies that are coming out are either prequels, sequels, reboots,
Terrible.
returns. Well, there is of course, Socrates once said there's nothing new under the sun. That was almost 2,500 years ago. So, but
He's mostly right.
In some ways, that's very true. Hollywood goes where the money is, and they know that if they made money on this, they're probably going to make money on it, either the nostalgia by returning to something, or by rebooting something. Me personally, I can't stand reboots. I think it's lazy.
Yep.
I think that when a return, if something's not been around for 30 years and you return to it with the original character, I mean, they're still around. The actors are still around. It's better. It makes it's like, oh, you're continuing the story, even if it's like 30 years down the road. Great. Now, some things need to be rebooted. Like, for example, eventually they're going to put out the Highlander movie. That's got to be rebooted. If you tried to do a return, it just wouldn't make sense.
But if they put out a new Batman movie today, we don't need 90 minutes of why he's Batman.
I don't need to see pearls going all over the floor and the Waynes being killed. I don't.
Right.
If they did a Spider-Man reboot, I don't need to see Ben dying again. You know, yeah, you're right. But so here's a look at some of the movies that are coming out. Of course, Madam Web. I already talked about it. If you didn't catch it,
I was going to say, you're like, Hollywood goes where the money is. I'm like, do they, Michael?
Well,
do they?
They try.
Yeah,
they take guesses.
Sometimes they do throw things at spaghetti at a wall and hope it works.
It's like they go where the money is, but they miss the exit and they just keep going.
Yeah. So March 1st, we got Dune 2, which Dune in itself is a reboot. You know, the David Lynch 1984.
Technically, that's true. Yeah.
So, and also it's just based off a book. So, but Dune Part 2, which was delayed because of COVID, so that's good that it's finally coming out. March 8th, Kung Fu Panda 4. March 21st.
That'll be interesting.
I know. March 21st, Roadhouse.
I'm worried about this.
A million years where I think there'd be a remake of this movie.
Here's the funny thing, guys. You ready for this? Like about 3 weeks ago was the first time I ever watched Roadhouse.
Really?
I'd never seen it before, and it was we're on the 80s movie kick, and I'm like, I'd never seen Roadhouse. Kimberly's like, you got to watch this. Oh
Patrick
my gosh.
Swayze.
It's bad.
It's
terrible.
It really is.
It's like they had an idea, and then maybe we just build something around it, and it's a TV show. It's an episode of a TV show, maybe.
Baby Sam Elliott was lovely.
Yeah.
Same character, though. He's been playing that character for 35 years.
It is the exact same character. Anyway, Roadhouse looks like fun. Jake Gyllenhaal. Who knows? I don't know how they're gonna. I don't know if they're gonna set it in the 80s or not. That movie gets ruined if you add like cell phones and video and like internet. So I don't know how they're gonna do that. So March 29th, Ghostbusters: Frozen Empire. A sequel of a return from a few years ago.
It's a continuation.
After a reboot that failed, which I enjoyed. I enjoyed the reboot. I enjoyed the reboot of it. I thought it was fun.
Of course you did.
It made no sense. I don't know why they rebooted it. They should have just made it a return, because they kind of set the trailer made it look like it was a return.
But it wasn't.
But they rebooted, and that's why it didn't work. It was a reboot.
But I did enjoy the return. I did enjoy Afterlife, Ghostbusters Afterlife. I really enjoyed it. Yeah. It was fun.
April 5th, The First Omen.
Really? As in Damien?
A trilogy of films. The horror franchise began in 1976. The First Omen will serve as a prequel to the franchise starter, which was him as a little kid. I don't know. Anyway,
it's a prequel. Wonder how it's going to go.
Moving on.
Wonder how it's going to end.
It's a horror movie they put out on April 5th. Look, if you're going to put out a horror movie, you put it out in October. That's when everyone's watching horror movies.
Easter weekend, the story of the greatest zombie uprising ever.
April 12th, Godzilla X Kong.
I can't wait.
Another sequel in the Legendary universe.
Yep. And that series has been surprisingly good. It really has, with the Monarch and the building of the monsters. Now, when they had Mecha spoiler, when the last one they had Mecha Godzilla show up,
But
that was a weak
That's
point
how
in
they
the
got them
movie.
to team up.
But yes, exactly.
And in April 19th is an untitled Universal Monsters film. So I don't know exactly what that is.
The Mummy.
But, they have not really, except for the King Kong ones, they really haven't all succeeded. So May 3rd.
It'd be kind of cool if Universal Monsters, that they can build it kind of the way they've built the legendary universe, the Godzilla universe, right? The Kaiju universe. It'd be kind of cool.
Creature from the Black Lagoon, Dracula. Yeah.
But they tried that with like the Invisible Man and the Mummy, and they have not really succeeded yet. So they've tried, but May 3rd, a remake of The Fall Guy. The old Lee Majors.
I've not heard about this.
It's not a remake of The Fall Guy. It's the movie. They're finally making the Fall Guy movie.
Right.
That's all it is.
Did you see the trailer for it?
No, I didn't know it existed until like a week ago.
The trailer is hilarious. Really? Oh, it looks really good. It looks really good.
I remember the song is in my head right now.
Yeah. Yep. Ryan Gosling is the Fall Guy. And it looks hilarious. I mean...
Well, that's hilarious.
Yeah. So...
Lee Majors, Ryan Gosling.
Yeah. Lee Majors is still alive, right?
He is. So. He's been trending lately for...
Okay. It might be because of
politicians. Yeah.
So, May 24th, Furiosa, a prequel to the
Looking forward to that.
Mad Max, the Mad Max Return. So, that one's going to be really good. May 24th, the Garfield movie, I'm guessing is a remake. So there we go. It's of course.
If it's not Bill Murray, I don't want to see it.
It's of course Chris Pratt as Garfield, because Chris Pratt will voice anything. All you have to do.
It does not have a cat's accent. That is wrong.
It doesn't have a cat's accent.
It's going to cast a cat.
A movie I'm actually looking forward to, Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes, which takes place well into the future.
Yeah.
And I love the new, not the Tim Burton one. We don't talk about that. We don't talk about Burton.
No.
But when they started the Planet of the Apes, this franchise, 10, 12 years ago?
Right.
It was
with
really
the genetic enhancement and Alzheimer's research. Yep.
Yeah.
Teaser.
June 14th, Inside Out 2.
Didn't see the first
technically
one.
a return. Oh, it's good. Inside Out is very good.
It is very good.
It's really amazing. June 14th, an untitled fourth Bad Boys film.
Only saw the first one.
It's coming out in June, and they don't have a title for it yet.
Well, this is a dated, and this is a dated article. Article came out like in early January. So
okay,
yeah, so it's probably named by now. July 3rd, Despicable Me 4. July 19th, Twister. And
now we're move on with the list. Just go on with
Twisters. Yeah, it's supposed to be in Oklahoma. Anyway, but the best one, July 26th, Deadpool 3, which just looks like fun. Oh my gosh. It finally Deadpool
I love
enters,
this jab at Disney.
Yeah, Deadpool finally enters the Marvel universe, the MCU. Just yeah, loving it. Okay.
Yeah. I'm shocked that you like Deadpool humor.
Oh yeah. Oh no. I've now. What was funny was I actually thought I've never loved him in the comics, so I thought they did him perfectly. It is Deadpool. It's
fourth wall breaking, all that.
Yeah. Ryan Reynolds is just a genius. So August 16th, Alien, Romulus.
I'm kind of looking forward to this one. It squeezes itself in between a couple of films, right?
I love the Alien series. Yeah, any of them. I like the older ones better because I like that cassette punk, the analog with the switches and knobs, and you got to put the punch cards into stuff. But it's all great. I'm glad they finally started giving Giger recognition post mortem. But still, yeah. Perfect specimen.
And apparently, it fits in between the Alien movie, the 1979 movie, and the Aliens in 1986. Game over, man. Game over. So it could be really good. August 30th,
Let's put her in charge.
Craven the Hunter.
Go,
Coming
Ruffles.
Coming
Go.
off of Madam Web.
Go, Ruffles. This is your moment to shine. Give us some Craven the Hunter action in the chat.
You know, it's
I'm looking forward
just
to it.
like, is it a Sony movie? Do we know?
Yes, it's a Sony movie. It's Spider-Man. It's a Spider-Man verse that, again,
Well, never
Sony
mind
only
then.
owns Spider-Man and Spider-Man adjacent characters. So all they can
Oh,
do is villains.
boy.
That's why they put out Venom. That's why they put out Carnage. That's why they can only do villains because Spider-Man.
Michael, one of the reviews I heard about Madam Web was that it made Morbius look like Interstellar.
Yes.
No.
That is exactly what Derek said. He said Morbius is phenomenal now compared to Madam Web.
Oh no!
So yeah.
I watched Morbius.
It's kind of like how
on
the Star
Fast
Wars
Forward.
sequels.
I
were
really
the
did.
prequels. Oh, sorry, Brooke.
That's
Sorry.
true. Oh, yeah.
No. I just said I watched Morbius on Fast Forward. I really did. Like,
I haven't seen him. I've not watched any of the Sony villain Sinister Six type shows. I've not watched any of them. Okay, September 6th, Beetlejuice 2. Michael Keaton is starring as Beetlejuice, folks.
That's twice, Michael. Careful.
I know. So
Don't
with
say
that
it
much
again.
makeup, he can pull it off because it'll look
Don't-
just the same.
you know
Don't say it
me.
again.
I promise I will not for a third time say Beetlejuice. So I love it. A great return. I love the idea of this. I don't know if Winona Ryder's in it or not, but she should be. I hope so.
Her daughter, Jenna Ortega is playing her daughter, so surely she's in there somewhere. I
September,
just want sandworms.
Yes. September 13th, Transformers 1. Which, did you get your naming from Xbox?
Pass.
Yeah. It's the 8th film in the Transformers franchise. September 27th, Saw 11.
I think I stopped around 4.
I stopped at 0. I never watched a Saw movie.
The first one's good.
Oc-
It's good.
October 4th, Joker, Foi Adieu.
Yeah. Part 2.
There we go.
Goodbye.
Never saw the Joker movie.
Lady Gaga's in it.
It's dark.
It's good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't really care for villain movies. They don't do anything for
It's
me.
good. It's more of like a psychological trip,
Right.
kind of.
Yeah.
I'd say go watch the Joker. It's
Yeah, but remember when I told you about horror movies coming out near October? Saw 11, Joker, Smile 2 comes out on October 18th. It's a sequel to Smile, I guess 1. So again, you put horror movies in this time period.
not April.
Not April.
October 25th, Wolfman.
It's
Oh,
Universal.
Yeah,
that was kind of my guess
Universal
for the
is
Untitled Universe
is
movie.
revisiting the tragic character of the Wolfman. So
Nice.
could be very good. October 25th, Terrifier 3. Apparently a sequel to Terrifier 1 and 2. I don't know. I don't watch horror movies, so I don't know. But again, that's why I say when you've got this one coming out in April, whatever that is, you put horror movies near Halloween. That's the whole point of horror movies. Just like you wouldn't put a Christmas movie out in July.
Right.
Christmas in July. That's
Well-
the thing. Christmas in April.
Unless you're doing a Hallmark movie. You don't do Christmas in July.
When did Jingle All the Way come out with Arnold Schwarzenegger? Was it in Christmas
yeah, that was
time?
Christmas time.
Okay.
That was a Christmas.
Okay,
yeah.
very good.
Just like the greatest Christmas movie of all time,
The Lord of the
Die
Rings.
Hard.
Die Hard.
Die
Oh,
Hard.
okay, very good.
Anyway,
Gremlins.
we're getting to Lord of the Rings. Okay, how are we doing on time here? Okay, so quickly, an untitled Venom movie's coming out November 8th. November 22nd, Gladiator 2. After 24 years, they're returning with Gladiator.
Pedro Pascal.
So there you go. It's weird that this one's on the list, but Wicked Part 1.
It's very I get to go see the musical for the second time.
I saw the trailer. It looks fantastic, but it's not really a return. It's just
It's a movie version. Yeah.
yeah.
Crazy thing is, so the week after the Super Bowl, one of my coworkers turns around, very, very young guy. I try not to be ageist, but some of the stuff that comes out of this guy's mouth. And we're talking about movie trailers, and he goes, "What was up with that Wizard of Oz thing?"
Yeah.
And I was just like,
if
"How
you
about
don't,
Wicked?"
but if you don't know musicals, if you don't
Everyone
know
in
musicals,
that room turned around, looked at him, and said, "Wizard of Oz thing? Yeah, it looks terrible."
yeah, if you don't know
It-
musicals, you don't know Wicked though, and there are a lot of people who don't know musicals. We're musical theater people, so we do, and it looks awesome. It looks really great. I'm looking forward to it. December 13th, The Lord of the Rings, folks, The War of the Rohirrim, another prequel for The Lord of the Rings, which it's a vast world. So there's plenty of things you can do. It kind of might be better as a movie rather than a series. So because a series you just have to put so much in there that was not written in any way by J.R.R. Tolkien. So a movie maybe you could do a little bit more. I'll go see it without a doubt. I'll see it in the theater, definitely. December 13th, an untitled new Karate Kid film. December 20th, Mufasa, The Lion King, apparently a prequel to The Lion King. Sonic the Hedgehog 3. And December 25th, I talk about horror movies not coming out at Christmas time and Christmas movies not. December 25th, Nosferatu. Really?
That's fantastic, though, because there's some people who like, I don't want to go watch. I mean, Christmas movies are okay sometimes. I feel like I have my Christmas movies already, and they were like made back then. I don't want to. Nothing going forward probably is going to grab my attention.
Yeah.
So I'll go watch
You
Nosferatu.
go see Nosferatu. Anyway, it is a bunch of returns. It is a bunch of sequels. Again, not unusual. Every now because these come out all the time. Every now and then though, there's these 1 years. I think the last one I remember is 2013, where they just all come together. So, boy, if you've got a favorite from the past, you're going to see probably a remake of it or something like that, or a return, or a sequel, or a prequel. Yeah, this year it's going to be interesting.
It will be.
That was a lot.
Woo! I want to circle back to just one last thing in the chat. When you started talking about Roadhouse, Hal says, have you listened to Mystery Science Theater 3000's Christmas song, Patrick Swayze Christmas?
No.
And I'm very intrigued. I'm
pretty sure you can find it on YouTube.
But don't listen to it now. Listen to it in December.
That's
No.
right.
Leave yourself a sticky note, put it right there, and then that may have to be our opening topic in a couple of weeks.
Yeah.
What about Patrick Swayze Christmas?
Save that for December.
Yeah, I just, so what do you guys, is there something you guys are looking forward to seeing?
I can't wait to see Dune. It's gonna be great.
Yeah.
I hope.
Dune, Alien, Ghostbusters, Deadpool.
I mean, there's so many.
Yeah,
and maybe I'll finally go to the movie theaters again, because I don't usually go to movie theaters, and not anymore, because I know that so many of these movies will be out on one of my streaming channels within 2 to 3 months.
Yeah, especially if they're bad.
Sometimes you got to see it big.
Bad. They don't even have to be bad. I mean, well, and what's funny was Dune when it first came out, because it was right in the middle of COVID.
Yes.
The same day it came out on HBO, which was fun. I went to watch it with my father in the theater, and then went home and watched it with my wife with subtitles. It was so much better with subtitles.
Didn't they do that briefly? Was it Dune or some other movie where they released it at home at the same time in the theaters, but only for a limited time?
Yes, that was
after
HBO was doing
weekend,
that.
Yeah. You had no choice but to go to the theaters and see it.
Was it Godzilla?
Well, they did it with Dune, and they did it with Wonder Woman.
Yeah.
There was
I'm looking forward to Godzilla. I still need to see Godzilla -1.
Yeah, I think it might be kind of a fun opportunity to go back and see some old movies, just kind of catch up before we see some of these new ones. I was actually thinking the Planet of the Apes would be kind of neat to watch that whole franchise heading
Looking
up
for that.
to.
Yeah.
Well, I've actually watched the 1968 through 72.
Yeah.
And I still love those. I still love those originals. because they were.
I plan on watching
Makeup
Dune
for the
again
time period
before.
was so amazing. Go, Johnny. You were gonna say.
I was saying I plan on watching Dune again before seeing the next one.
We're
Even
watching
though
it right now. We'll finish it up
I've
tomorrow.
read the book several times.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I, it's so funny because it adds so much more of the book than the 1984 David Lynch one.
Oh yeah.
But there's still so much of the book that is left out because it is. There are some really actually boring parts of the book that you're like, I know you're just trying to world build here, but it just didn't fit. So I think they wisely kept them out of the.
And I'll say, if you haven't read the book or if you feel like revisiting it, the audiobook for it is amazing. It's multiple readers. There's a little bit of like ambient sound in it.
Cool.
It's good. Yeah.
I might have to try that. I do love the book. I think it's fantastic. So I'm not knocking the book. I say there are some parts where it's like it's a book because he's trying to fill a novel, and I'm glad that in the movie.
You can't read just one. You got to keep reading. You got to read all the way up to the House's books. Then I think it stops being him and becomes his son or something.
No.
The author, yeah.
I read the first one. I'm good.
You don't want to know how you go from being a man to being a worm to being a worm-man hybrid?
No, no.
So good. So good, Michael.
No, I don't.
Is there a shark that you jump in there somewhere? Because that sounds like a shark that you jump.
Yes. That's why you stop reading it when it starts getting to the house books. You stop reading at that point.
Yeah. By the way, Curtis, the mask behind me is not Beetlejuice. It is the dragon that I played in the Bruncheons and Dragons 2. So, who might be making a return soon? Just saying. So
that's awesome.
But yeah, it does look like that thing that Alec Guinness did. Not Alec Guinness. Oh my gosh, Alec Baldwin did, where he popped his eyes out and stretched his face out.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, Beetlejuice.
I
love that movie.
Yeah.
I do love
Beetle breakfast.
I'm the ghost with a maid most, baby.
I did actually dress up as Beetlejuice in the early 90s for Halloween once.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much
That
gave
would
me
be awesome.
free reign to do whatever I wanted. So it was kind of neat.
Don't give this guy access to the makeup room because poof,
Yeah, no.
It's showtime.
it's showtime.
Hey, Bruncheons and Dragons, come join us on Sunday. Noon.
Sunday.
It's gonna be phenomenal. Tomorrow, if you want to be there, I highly recommend going on and reserving a table, ordering some food, because it's brunch. It's fabulous. It's gonna have so much fun. And spoon.
Don't worry about bringing spoons. I got you covered.
Oh gosh.
Can't wait. I can't wait. I still can't believe Kiri nixed my idea that I had with the little baggies. The health department, they're never going to be at the Blue Note. I should bring them anyway. But then,
I just think throwing raw cereal at people is never a good idea.
And little baggies, what could happen?
That Rocky
We
Horror
throw
totally
raw
different.
rice at people when they get married.
Yes.
Congratulations.
That's right. It's the same thing. The health department doesn't matter there.
And we throw toast at the screen. And we have water pistols and lighters. Yeah.
The good old days.
That was back when everyone had lighters.
Now you just have to put on your phone.
Yes.
It's all not the same.
No.
Bruncheons and Dragons 3 this Sunday. You will see video of things later, and you will be sad that you missed out. You have got to come, boys and girls. You've got to come.
It is going to be truly, truly phenomenal. A new episode of Red Dirt D&D launched yesterday. We had a new Mysteries of Beatrix last night. We had Red Dirt Outlaws on Tuesday. It's going great. We're just having a blast. A Zippo. Now, can you snap it open? That's what I got really good at.
This one's a little bit smaller than the normal size. I can't.
That's down. Awesome.
That's probably what happened. Now back in the 90s, I could boom.
Yeah.
Of course, I was a bartender, so I had to light people's cigarettes. So I
had a great matchbook trick for bars. Yeah, you pull one out and fold it up, You can fold it over and close the book, and there's just enough to bend it under and strike it.
Yeah.
And then you throw it on the
Oh,
bar and slide it, and it slides down the bar lid. Yeah, that
that's
was my
cool.
Zippo trick, but it was with pack matches.
There
Back
you
when I used to smoke
Yeah.
2 packs a day.
Oh gosh. Yeah. That was about
Good old
right.
days.
Back, yeah. Of course, that was also back when cigarettes were like $1.50.
Back when cigarettes were good for you. They had vitamin A in them and stuff.
Yeah, they got really into my T zones. So, yeah,
Some Dennis Leary action for you there, for anybody
That's
who
right.
missed that.
Kids do not smoke. It's bad for you.
You get tracheotomy so I can smoke 2 at a time. You know?
It's horrible. Do not smoke.
You got 2 lungs. I mean, come on, just
Hey,
No.
John Wayne. John Wayne got cancer, so we have to take out a lung. He said, "Take a both out. I don't need them." Mwah, 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 mwah.
Kids don't smoke.
He's not dead. He's frozen.
Don't do drugs. Stay in school. All right.
don't do drugs.